All right. So this is my latest PB. You can hear Lou's outside the door. I closed the door on her. But yeah. Anyway, this is a new PB. This is my second PB of the night. The first PB was. Look at Lucy. The first PB of the night was still really solid. I was really happy with it, but I was like, well, it just felt good, and so I was like, well, let's just run it back because I was enjoying just playing. And so I ran it back, and then this is what happened shortly after. I just basically took any run that was a good crow, and then I just ran with it. I don't have my splits up because it's being covered by my other splits. There we go. So I did not forget to set up my timer. Yeah, overall, let me see. Did I get Lockjaw? Yeah. I think my World 1 was good. I didn't get a fake. I think I got one egg. Spend time with my husband this weekend since he's off tomorrow. Nice. Are we going to start the timer? Yep. It's funny, my the video playback looks better in OBS than it does in the video player. In the video player, it actually looks a little pixelated at times, but in OBS it looks pretty good. But yeah, a lot of my runs depend on World 1 now, which is a little scary, but because I'm kind of like, for instance, when I got this PB, I was just watching Twitch streams and doing this on the side, and so there was like less pressure for me to. Wait, was that fakeless? Maybe that was fakeless. Cause that's right, I got a gold. Yeah, I guess it was. Well, there you go. So yeah, hitting 211 was pretty insane because I see other better runners get the 211, and that's pretty huge. So definitely improvement. Gold start 1 or World 1, always a good start. Yep. But yeah, a lot of my runs are make or break World 1. Crow was pretty nice today, or yesterday, and so I was able to get 2 really solid runs. Yeah, the rest of World 2 is pretty standard, I would say. But I want to say in my previous PB. So as you can see in my previous PB, I got a 4150, which is 8 seconds from the previous run or previous PB, which was the really painful one. This one was like super casual. I'm like watching streams, and then the pressure was gone to get a 41, and so I think my nerves were a lot better. I think in that one is when my World 4 or World 5 was a lot better too. Because you remember from my previous PB, I messed up in Ghostly, and I think I messed up in Webwoods in the beginning. It's funny, I have I have a video feed of I had my webcam on, and you can actually watch me as I'm in between stages. I'm watching a stream. Let me see. I'll turn off my current webcam in a bit so you can see. But it actually like chilled me out. So that throw right there, which was the one that was giving me a lot of issues, definitely getting more consistent there. And I'm playing a little conservative on Cleaver because I know I'm prone to die on him. So these throws I can get a lot better. As you notice, I'm letting the Cleaver, I'm waiting on the hook just a little bit just so that I jump and hit him with the ball, where you can time it just right and you hit him right as you pick up the ball. So let's see, does that work? So that's when let's see if I do it. Okay. Well, in between stages, you'll see me like, I'm like playing and then I'll look down and then I keep going back and forth. Oh, so right there, I did exactly what I was talking about in practice. So that probably lost a second and a half or something like that. Could have been a lot worse, because it's worse if I get hit by the flitter there, because then I have to spend time getting a DK barrel and then spend time switching as well. Oh, I also hit that too. So I think that's like 2 seconds. It's funny, like, I still talk about this, but I'm still like, I still don't, I never thought I would be a speedrunner that would be like caring about seconds, but now I'm like now I care a lot about seconds. I'm like, 2 seconds, that's great. Before I'd be like, whatever, I don't want to be the guy grinding for seconds, and now I'm that guy. I think on Glimmer I only had a few hiccups. There's one part of the end I still need to optimize. So right there I hit the corner, right there I hit another corner, so I had to readjust. Let's see. That was pretty good. I think you could probably still do better. But if you time it just right, you're like fly right above the man array. At the point where it really matters, yeah. Yeah, I think when I stop enjoying doing the runs is when I'll probably make the full switch of the full focus game. So right there, that part can be definitely really challenging. That one's probably my easiest. Oops. My easiest one. So right here, you can save some time by dodging. If you go high enough, the puff won't explode, and then you would just go straight into the barrel with Dixie, and then you would do a team swap here. That team swap is kind of scary. So this one, I don't do the roll here, and then I probably missed this. Oh, I got it. Okay, never mind. But you'll see me hesitate on the RCRP roll or whatever it's called. So you'll get an idea of how much slower it is when I do it. So right here. So I have to readjust myself like 3 times. To make sure I don't fall off the Crocs, because I can't go too fast, or I'll fall off the Crocs, and then I have to land just right on the pad with the chest. So definitely some time save there. So that's something that I'm going to start doing in my runs. Rattle battle I think was bad. My rattle battles, they're definitely a hit or miss. But yeah, I think my next few runs, like, I've just been playing on the side, but I definitely want to get some of these PBs on stream, because I'd much prefer to have on stream PBs. That way I don't have to always restream these things. Oh, I got this one. That way people can share in the moment. The short hop, I think I messed this up. Yeah, so my jump wasn't deep enough, and so I saw that I wasn't going to get the end that I wanted, and so I had to readjust. Dang, okay, so that really shouldn't happen. Oh, and then I messed up here. Yeah, really sloppy rattle battle. I would say there is at least 3 seconds or something. So my slime climb has gone backwards a little bit. Like, I don't know if you see my latest YouTube video, but in between this my PB, the other PB I got today or during this day, and this run, I had a run die here, which is pretty embarrassing, I think. But there is a faster way to do that run, or do that route. So I need to spend some time on that. Bramble, I think, was good. I missed the barrel skip. Oh, I also messed that up right there. These barrels look good. So right here, I end up getting the barrel. So that definitely loses some time. But yeah, if you time your barrels just right, you'll be able to shoot right as the conks get in. So that is definitely ideal. But I don't know how many frames. I've heard like 1 and 3 frames. I don't think it's 1. I would assume it's 3 frames. Here's another boss that I can optimize. There's a quick kill on this guy that I don't do, but I would say that I'll probably learn that soon. But I think it only saves 2 seconds. But essentially the quick kill is that you are basically standing right next to Cudgel as he falls down, and you just slightly dodge him, and then because you're so close, all you do is release the barrel and he's behind you, so Dixie's hair flicks back and then hits him. And I don't even think it's that hard. You do have a good visual cue because you basically count the number of breaths that Dixie takes, which is actually easier than it sounds. But I think right now I just haven't done any research on it. Like I can do like 4 out of the 6 throws, but I'm kind of winging it, and I don't fully understand the trick. So that's one thing that I'll spend some time to learn. But I would say out of all the bosses, that one's probably an easy optimization that I can make. Okay, so I am behind here. So let's see what it was. Pretty slow rattle battle. Slower slime climb. Updating XSplit. Oh, you use XSplit? Interesting. Have you tried OBS? I've thought about using XSplit. There's also this other service that I saw a tweet about. It was like some sort of like online version. I can't remember the name of it, but it's basically like an OBS or an XSplit, except it's all web-based, which is kind of intriguing. But apparently they handle a lot of things. They have integrations with, Twitch alerts and all that stuff. Never tried anything else? Okay. Yeah, I've heard good things about both, so because I already use OBS, I'll probably just stick with OBS, but I do hear good things about XSplit. Oh, I still need to check your channel for your new emotes too. I think in a run right before this one, I tried to do the flitter skip, in the middle of this stage, and I failed pretty bad. Fortunately, it's not like a huge time loss, but, well, I guess it is a pretty big time loss. Because, one, you take the hit, so you wait for your Kongs to, you know, get back in order. And then I spend time getting the DK barrel, which is, you know, some time. And then I have to also switch back to Diddy for the scramble long warp. So that is pretty costly, actually, now that I think about it. It's one of those where I know how to use it, and yeah, I don't want to switch, yeah. Yeah. Unless XSplit just has something like amazing that OBS didn't have, probably wouldn't need to make the switch anytime soon. But yeah, the flitter skips is something that I'll also look into adding, because I think those are, I don't think they're full seconds, but they're like fractions of a second that, and I think it's easy time save. Like, I don't think it's a hard trick. Emotes look better on a dark background. Gotcha. Also doing it for Swag Balloon. Yeah, unfortunately after this I won't have time to do a run or anything like that, but I'll see if I can stream anytime later this weekend. We'll see. It's kind of a busy weekend. Like, after today we have to run to all sorts of places. I'm afraid to lose that right there. So when you optimize it, you don't do the turnaround. You just jump straight for it. And I used to do that in my earlier runs, but my consistency went down, or went up drastically when I went for the safer setup. Depends on how bright they are. Gotcha. Yeah, I can also look at them, and if there are adjustments I can make to the image itself, I can tweak it on my side. I should be able to get to the other emotes maybe later this week. I'm not sure if there's much more optimization I can do on this stage. I believe in my ILs, I think everyone's kind of the same on this, because it's a pretty straightforward route. Count just 4 left, just the ones of Vice and another Kupal one. I thought I did other Kupal ones. Maybe I forgot to upload it. I've been spending more time on my YouTube channel than creating my own emotes. I haven't done any like adminning for my channel in a while. I still need to add a link to my YouTube channel. Alright, so for Mudhole, if I remember correctly, it was pretty good. Like, I even went for this trick, knowing that I was getting into the negative. Oh, see, okay. That's what happened. Okay. I thought I was... I think it was a previous one that I thought that I got that clean. But, a really good adjustment there, because usually when you miss that roll, you're going to roll under. And so as you saw, I had to roll and then jump back onto the platform, which is a bit scary. But the backup strat of grabbing the chest is pretty easy to get to. There we go. So even if you roll and you get the jump, but then want to bail, you can just grab the chest anytime. You can just hit it on that second crow. LOL Kupal. Yeah, I think I have that one. I'll have to check later today. So right there, I've been trying to really focus on my honey climbs. so that I reach the barrel at the right height, because sometimes I jump too high and then I'll end up skipping a cycle of the bee, and so when I shoot at the barrel straight up, I'll miss the bee, which isn't too bad. The backup for that is that you have to hit the sword guy, but it just kind of throws you off if you're not expecting it. Right here, I do mess up on that bee. So tiny little optimizations here and there will definitely give me some more time save. Wish there was more cupel, but couldn't find any more images. Gotcha. Yeah, I was hoping that you could find some sort of like sprite library or model library. That'll make all of it a lot easier. And the images will look a lot better. Alright, so typical King Zing Sting setup. If you ever notice, I'll always go into the same hive spots, and that manipulates the bee to go exactly where I want. And so I'm basically guaranteed to get that first shot, and the second shot is pretty easy to hit, so I was a little worried right there, but didn't miss a shot. I did miss that shot, but not too big of a time loss, and that shot was really good. So here, I was actually really surprised that I had so much of a time save, and I think that's because in my previous PB I had a bad hornet hole, because my mud hole was pretty sloppy. Remember when I was at the eagle pit, and then if you remember from the other PB, my ghostly was pretty bad, which I think even in this PB or previous PB it was not that great. So right there, I'm getting a lot more consistent at getting through those blue guys. Probably should. Oh, well, there I go. Getting hit by one. But if you time it just right on that one section, you'll be able to bounce off the barrel guy and then dodge them both. I think in my previous PB, I missed that right there. I think I ended up either getting clipped or grabbing the chest, which definitely loses a lot of time. It's funny that I know none of the enemy names. It's like, that's a blue guy, that's an alligator guy, that's a croc guy. Most of the time I just call everyone a croc. I would say creepy is one stage that because you can get time saved by jumping up hills and jumping down declines, that's something that I need to work on, because there's definitely some sections that I just don't do. It's that one guy, he has sharp teeth, he's green, probably. It's funny, I was asking, I think Candace was in chat, and I was like, what's that guy that he holds the cannon and he shoots the cannonballs? He's like, his name is Cannon. I'm like, ah, yep, there we go. But Cannon with a K. It's funny that I think it was Antley's. Yep, literally called Cannon. I think Antley's was asking a question of like, it was something with he's referring to Lucy, and he was like, and he spelled corgi with a K, and I was like, I know you, you know you play Donkey Kong Country 2 too much when you spell corgis with a K. I guess it's the same thing with Mortal Kombat. So right there, I don't know how much, I see other runners do it, but they'll take that last barrel, and I think it's to jump at the right time, because if you jump at the height of the doors, it's like, I think you save a few frames. This stage is pretty good. I think I'm pretty optimal. I'll need to check the ILs. Right here, I do something that I saw Void do, and I don't know if it's optimal, or if I was just watching one of his runs and maybe he was doing a backup strat. But after I saw him do that, it's a lot easier to do than what I was doing before. Right here, I could fight against the wind, save a few frames there. I forgot to turn on the Revlo. Right there, I'm also kind of generous with my time. I can turn that on though. Revlobot. Alright, there we go. Yeah, it's corgis plural without the E. So yeah, my PCP before I got the 41 was super tense. Like, for some reason, like, it was really hard to do this part right here. You can hear Lucy. She's like, I hear you're saying corgi. I'm a corgi. Oh, big thing here. I miss the headbutt. And so I had to go through this part, which is super crazy. But I actually didn't lose that much time, which is kind of nice. And so that's one thing I don't practice that often. And so doing that part is really stressful because you can't fly, and that squawks is harder to control than the others, I would say. Yo, welcome Philippe. Philip. I always go through every single name that I could possibly call you every time I see you. Welcome C94, Felipe, Philip. But yeah, doing that part is just something that I don't like practicing. One, the bird is really slow, and you control it by up or down. And so if you're holding up, he goes really slow. If you hold down, he goes really fast. But it's the only bird that, at least in my understanding, works that way. Grats, thank you. So yeah, this is the restream of my second PB of the day from yesterday. We were coming up at the end of Webwoods. So overall, this Webwoods was really good. If I'm going to optimize it further, I'm going to have to learn the optimal ending there, because I'm still using my own makeshift of it, which I think is fast, but apparently you can still save some time, so I'll have to add that to my list of things to do. So here, compared to my previous PB, Crow was really generous in the barrel spawns. So in that other PB, I had a right spawn, so I had to run, grab it. This one, right spawn, so I can instantly hit creepy. And then the barrel that I have a hard time with is on this last stage. If he spawns it on the left is usually when I don't panic, but I'm like definitely struggling to get the barrel. So what was that? 0.3? Is that 0.3? I thought I saved more time there. Oh yeah, that is definitely 0.3. And so as you can see, like, this is a little bit of a roller coaster of a run. I mean, I get a gold 1, world 1, 3.8 coming out of Cleaver, and then I just lose it all to a bad rattle battle. And then somehow in world 4 is usually the stage I don't save time, and then I gain 3. And then creepy is just creepy, so And I don't know where I lost that time. Oh, it was to that backup PCP. Otherwise, I would say that I would have probably gained time, because that backup strat is pretty slow. So right here, I can also optimize that part. Right now, I'm like floating to the top and come down, where you can do it where you stay at the bottom and then you kind of swim up and then land on it. So I think that will definitely save me some time. There's a few things I can optimize on Windy Wall. So probably one thing is I don't need a float right there. I also had a little hiccup. But the float just is safer. And then after the checkpoint, I'm still a little timid about this trick because I'm not totally comfortable with it. But you'll see me do this little barrel tactic with Dixie, which I feel like is better than the team up throw. And that's it. And it also times it just right so the bee is coming towards me, and so it's very easy for me to jump on top, whereas if I am jumping without the barrel, I have to chase the bee down a little bit, and I'm just not used to it. So up here is the ghetto bee, so this is something that I'm going to have to learn to do. And I think that saves 2 seconds. So I would say 4130 is in sight. If I want to get a lower 41 or even as crazy of a 40, I would have to really go and optimize a lot of my stages, do a lot of IL practice, because I think it's really just shaving seconds off each of my stages, and together they make up the big time save. Whereas before, a lot of my time saves was, you know, making sure I don't die or making sure I get a trick. Where now it's like less about tricks and all about optimized movement. But yeah, I just need to take the time to learn the optimized movement, and then I think I should be fine. I think just it's daunting to think about like the way you've been doing something could be just a little bit faster. The only optimization I've done to this stage was at the end after I get the invisible barrel. I run towards the spiny, and I think that's it. But this is the second 41 of the day, and then the day before that it was multiple 42s. Was it 42s? Yeah. So definitely getting a lot more consistent. Like I feel like if I get past Crow, I'm feeling pretty good. Like my runs are definitely getting more consistent. I'm sure there's things I could do on this stage. I think anything with water I can definitely optimize. I did have a hiccup, I think, a little past here. This part was a lot better than what it usually is. So let's see, what do I do here? I do something weird. Oh, I jumped early right there and it kind of threw me off. So I did the throw your girlfriend, and then, oh, I know what I did. Right here, I ran into the wall. So I kind of yellowed it. I kind of wasn't sure if I was going to still have enough iframes to get to that platform. But I actually had a lot more than I thought. My CLC is pretty consistent, but I know it's a slow setup. And so if you look at any of the better runners, their setup is a lot faster. Like I did this full jump here just to make sure that I have the right screen position. So this is a really good toxic beginning. I think I did first try everything except for this part right here. I just missed the Omega jump. You hear Lucy outside my door. Also, I don't know if it's necessary for me to do a long shot to hit that bee. Like, it might just be faster to fly towards it, but I feel like I also hesitate when I do that. You can also skip that bee to the first red bee. If you go fast enough, but I have not practiced that at all. You can hear this microphone's pretty solid. Like, I even have it like directionally, so it should only pick up right what's in front of it, but it still picks up a lot of things. Okay, so this is where I'm like, whoa, hello, 4 seconds. I don't get golds in that world very often. And so I actually don't really even know where the time save came from, but I think it was like little things. So little things in Toxic, definitely the first try, everything in Toxic, definitely did that, as well as a better clappers. My clappers usually isn't that great. This is a new thing I've added to my run, which it makes me uncomfortable, but I get it pretty consistent. But it's something that I'll probably want to. If you saw right there, I conservatively climbed that rope, so I don't have to worry about the eagle. Because sometimes if you go too fast, you have to roll through the eagle, which also means that you could take a hit. But yeah, so gold, world 6. And then I'm also get the ring skip here. And so I have both Kongs, got the ring skip, feeling pretty good. Didn't hit the second red bee there. So now I'm just like, okay, need to focus on good care roll throws, which most of them are pretty good. Yeah, having a good Screechy sprint stage like always feels good. I mean, you're like at the end of the run, and if everything comes together, and if you know you're ahead too, I think it's guaranteed. But it feels good to like if you get ring skip pretty consistently, it always feels good to like thread the needle. You were really hype at this when you got to sprint. I was pretty hype, but like I said, like I was a lot more chill than I typically am when I'm at these points. Like usually by now, my heart would be beating pretty fast, hands sweaty, all that stuff. But I think because I reached my 41 goal, like I felt less pressure, and also I think because I've been playing a lot. I felt like I'm dealing with my nerves better, and so like I'm having to remind myself like, okay, I know how to do this boss, And even with Screech, like, especially as I get up to Screech himself, I'm like, okay, I know how to do Screech's sprint. And I have to remind myself, like, it's just pure execution, just run with it. Hand sweaty mom spaghetti, exactly. Always mom spaghetti. Yo, that's spaghetti. Whose emote is that? Pasta that. Oh, nice. I don't have to use that emote now. But yeah, there's a lot of times where I'll feel myself get excited, and usually if I'm playing timid or excited is when I start like losing runs. And so that's why, like, if you notice, like, whenever I do a lot of these bosses or stages, I usually have my Kongs in the same exact spot, just so that I like just remove any variables that has me like think to do something differently. So like here, I'm always like a step in front of that line, and so I always know that's where I'm gonna jump. Like I don't even need to maneuver in the air. I just jump straight up and I dodge the purple smoke things. There we go. $41, $46, and it's a pretty low 46. So